Please remain standing for the invocation led by the Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor. Reverend Kalisnik will be followed by Elder Dan Thomas, who will provide a blessing upon this ceremony and the graduates.
Gracious and loving God, we come to this day of celebration with thanksgiving for the graduates here today, for their hard work and dedication, for their loved ones who have been with them on this journey, and for their professors and all those who helped them reach this goal. We are a community here at the University of Winnipeg who care for each other, valuing diversity, challenging new ways of being engaged in this complicated world. God, we ask that you help our graduates know that they are resilient people. They are critical thinkers. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They are the ones called out into the world to make positive change possible. We ask that you help each graduate to use the education received here, building towards a full, enriched life with purpose and intention. God, we ask you to open doors of opportunity and give each graduate the courage to take the next steps in their journey with confidence and hopefulness. We humbly offer this collective prayer today. Amen.
Andenwe maganiduk, nikanisiduk, miskawawate nene, andish nikas, wabshkimaingan, and odem. Akwe, gichimi gwechwe, sema, nangum gijik. Niwi gigituyan, achana, shaganashiman. Want to say this about the song that we led the procession with. It's a song, it belongs to a relative of mine. His name is Ajide Benes. He's from Sagin. The song is calling upon all of the black bears who at this time are going to sleep, to dream for us during the winter. And it calls upon all of them to bless everyone who is here, to bless all of us. And in that way, we're asking the blessing not only of our Creator, but of all the life that He has placed here upon this earth. My thoughts for all of you as graduates today, that you were made from love. That's who you are. And as you live your life here upon this earth, try to let go of everything that is not love, and you'll find yourself underneath all of that. And that will tell you who you are and what you are to be, and it will lead you on a good road of life to see that time beyond when you have long white hair, to see the time when it's hard to chew raspberries. Miigwech.
Thank you. Please be seated. Before we begin, I would like to welcome in our guests who have just arrived. Please be patient as they find their seats. Thank you. Many of you may have seen a video posted online by Madison Yetman encouraging young people to vote, or maybe you've seen news coverage of that. Madison is a UW student who recently received a cancer diagnosis and who likely has only a few more days or weeks to live. Many of her family and friends are with us here, and Madison herself and other supporters are watching the webcast. We would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Madison and her courage and determination. Our thoughts and prayers are with Madison and her family and friends today. It is now my pleasure to welcome Dr. Annette Trimby, President and Vice Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, to the podium.
Good morning and welcome to the University of Winnipeg, located on Treaty 1 land, traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. I begin with the significant acknowledgement to recognize the influence the land we are located on, its history, its present, its peoples, and its relationships must have on everything we do. It is my pleasure to welcome you here and to preside over today's ceremony. Distinguished guests, members of the graduating class, families of the graduates, colleagues, and friends of the University of Winnipeg, I have the honor to declare open this 116th Convocation of the University of Winnipeg for the conferring of degrees in graduate programs, science, education, arts, business and economics, and kinesiology. With us today is the Honorable Kelvin Gertson, Minister of Education and Training. Minister, would you please come forward and bring greetings on behalf of the province of Manitoba?
Thank you, Dr. Trimby, Chancellor Silver, honored guests. Thank you for the invitation to be here this morning. I didn't realize that Madison would be watching this broadcast and that she'd have so many friends and relatives here today. I can tell you, as somebody who's been elected and has run for election since 2003, I've never seen a more eloquent and a more dignified way to encourage people to vote, and the importance of voting regardless of one's political affiliation. And I want to acknowledge her bravery, wish her and her family well, and thank her for posting the video and doing what politicians have been struggling to do for decades in terms of voicing why it is important to vote. I also want to congratulate Dr. Arthur MacDonald, who will be honored here today, and deservedly so. For the graduates who are receiving your degrees, this is your day. This is your day to celebrate and to recognize that the trials and triumphs that you have experienced in your academic career will go with you as you move beyond these halls or go on to other studies. And I hope that the different challenges that you've had and the things you've succeeded in will remain with you in terms of the encouragement they'll give you to overcome other challenges and achieve other triumphs. Congratulations, you are well deserving. I want to say a special few words to the parents, the spouses, maybe the children of graduates who are here today and who have helped them get to this particular place in their academic career and their success. Nobody truly achieves anything in life without support of those around them. We are self-motivated, we can have determination, and we can have drive, and those are all good things to have. But to truly achieve great things, you need people around you, and you are representative of the success that the graduates have today. Many years ago, when I graduated for the first time with my arts degree from university, my mother was there, and my mother grew up in a time and a place where she wasn't able to get her high school diploma. And so she was quite proud that I was able to get my university degree, and when I graduated, she came to me and she hugged me after the graduation. She says, "I feel like I've graduated with you." That was partially because she'd kind of suffered through the exams and the stresses that I had had, but I think she also felt that she'd achieved something academically, personally, through my success. So if you feel that way today, in some way, I say congratulations to you. A few years after that, I graduated again from the Faculty of Commerce and received my business degree, and she came to me after the graduation, she hugged me and she said, I'm so proud of you. I just couldn't be more proud. So if you are feeling that pride for your graduate today, well, congratulations to you again. The third time that I graduated from the Faculty of Law, she came to me, and as only a mother can do, she hugged me and she looked me in the eyes and she says, "Now it's time you get a job." And so if you feel that way today too, there's room for lots of different feelings here today. But I truly want to congratulate each of the graduates and thank each of you who have supported the graduates here today. Your province is proud of you. Your friends and your supporters are proud of you, and we know you're going to accomplish great things. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister. My mother and father used to plan their holidays around my convocations, and I had to tell her a PhD takes more than 1 year. But anyways, she too wondered if I would ever get a job. So today, we are pleased to be joined by a number of distinguished platform guests, and I want to introduce them at this time. I would ask that each person stand briefly as I call his or her name, and I would request that you hold your applause until I have finished the introductions. In the fourth row, Richard Graydon, Fellowship in the University of Winnipeg, Dr. Carol Harvey, Professor Emerita, Fellowship in United College. Megan Malcolm, President of the University of Winnipeg Student Association. Ruth Dickinson, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. And now for the third row, Colin Russell, Registrar. Dr. Jacqueline Romano, President of the University of Winnipeg Faculty Association. Lorena Fontaine, Indigenous Academic Lead, Associate Professor. Jennifer Niepanak, Associate Vice President, Indigenous Engagement. Brian Daly, University of Winnipeg Foundation President and CEO. Dr. Kenneth Reimer, Acting Associate Dean of Education. Dr. Tabitha Wood, Associate Dean of Science. Dr. Stephanie Stobie, Associate Dean of Menno Simons College. John Smith, Executive Director of Aurora Family Therapy Center. Dr. Narumi Taniguchi, Director of Marriage and Family Therapy. Bonnie Talbot, Associate Dean of the Collegiate and Fellowship in United College Presenter. Dr. Liliane Rodriguez, Professor and Professor Emeritus Presenter. Now in the second row, Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, Student Life Academic Advisor. Dan Thomas, Elder. Oh, look over there. Roberta Marsh, Chief Human Resources Officer. Dr. Gino DeStasio, Vice President of Research and Innovation. Mike Emsley, Vice President, Finance and Administration. Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President, Academic. Dr. Jan Stewart, Deputy Provost, Associate Vice President, Academic, Acting Executive Director of Global College. Dr. Mavis Reimer, Dean of Graduate Studies. Dr. Hugh Grant, Dean of Business and Economics. Dr. Doug Goltz, Dean of Science and Acting Dean of Kinesiology. Dr. John Anchan, Associate Dean of Education. And Dr. Glenn Moulazon, Dean of Arts. Now in the first row, the Honorable Kelvin Gertzen, Minister of Education and Advanced Learning. Danielle Noasad, Campus Sustainability Award winner. Dr. Chantal Fiola, Clarence Atchison Award for Excellence for Community Service Award co-recipient. And beside her, Dr. Sharon Paul Ruprai, Clarence Atchison Award for Excellence for Community Service Award co-recipient. And Phyllis Webster, Fellowship in United College candidate. Ross Lekow, Distinguished Alumni recipient. Bob Silver, Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. Dr. Arthur B. MacDonald, Honorary Doctorate of Science recipient. Dr. Blair Jameson, Associate Professor, Department of Physics Chair and Honorary Degree Presenter. Dr. Joseph Nadi, Professor Emeritus recipient. Ian Burley, Clifford J. Robson Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence recipient. Reverend Stephan Jonason, Vice Chair of the Board of Regents, and Dr. John Bowman, Chancellor Emeritus, past honorary degree recipient, and member of the University of Winnipeg Foundation Board. This is your 116th Convocation Platform Party. I also want to acknowledge the presence of special guests of the Platform Party and members of our Board of Regents who are seated in the audience. Seated in front of me or serving as marshals are members of our faculty. Faculty members and department chairs, would you please stand where you are? Their wisdom, expertise, and generosity of spirit have contributed so much to the personal growth and academic success of our graduates. Please join me in a round of applause for our faculty. Thank you. We are also joined by many members of our staff, administration, and alumni who are here to share in this celebration and who play essential roles in making this university an extraordinary place to discover, achieve, and belong. I would ask you to join me in acknowledging all of these remarkably gifted and dedicated people. The University of Winnipeg is proud to provide a live webcast of the ceremony for all family and friends who are unable to join us in person today. Welcome to all those who are viewing the ceremony online. Convocation is a special time in the calendar of the university. It is a time when we gather together to honor our graduates, bid them farewell, and celebrate their accomplishments. It is also a wonderful occasion to give honors to members of the university faculty, students, and staff who have made significant and worthy contributions to our institution. And it is a time when we award honorary degrees to those who have demonstrated exceptional leadership and unparalleled excellence in their fields, helping to define and shape the principles and values that give meaning to our community. Today, we honor Dr. Arthur B. MacDonald with an honorary Doctorate of Science. An honorary degree is the highest academic status that can be bestowed on any individual. Those who receive an honorary degree demonstrate dedication and excellence in their field of work and have been nominated for consideration of this title. It is now my pleasure to call upon our esteemed Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, to confer special honors on Dr. Arthur B. MacDonald. He will be introduced by Dr. Blair Jameson, Chair of the Physics Department. Chancellor, Dr. MacDonald, and Dr. Jameson, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Dr. Arthur B. MacDonald, who will receive the Honorary Doctor of Science. Dr. MacDonald is a Nobel Prize-winning astrophysicist with a reputation for inspiring leadership, collaboration, and technical innovation. He's renowned for his groundbreaking discovery that neutrinos, the tiniest subatomic particles in the universe, quantum mechanically oscillate between flavors as they move through space, a property that means they must have mass. This discovery led to a 2015 Nobel Prize in Physics, an honor he shares with Japanese physicist Takaaki Kajita. This discovery was made possible because of his leadership of the Sudbury Neutrino Observatory, an experiment which featured the world's largest collection of pure heavy water as a detection medium to look for neutrinos from the sun sitting 2 kilometers underground in a nickel mine in Sudbury. His research shattered the existing standard model particle physics framework, providing new insight into how the universe works. He's mentored countless scientists, including myself, as professor at Princeton University, then Queen's University, where he's now professor emeritus. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Arthur B. MacDonald the degree of Honorary Doctor of Science for his significant contribution to physics and astrophysics research and his prominent role leading Canada into the spotlight of scientific discovery.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg. You know, I did that the first time, and I admit you, Arthur B. MacDonald, to the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Chancellor Silver, Principal and Vice Chancellor Trimby, proud parents and guests, and most of all members of the graduating class of 2019. I'm very pleased to receive an honorary degree from the University of Winnipeg today and to join all of you as an alumnus of this respected university. I know how much work you have done to reach this point, and I offer my sincere congratulations to you and to the family members who've supported you in so many ways during this journey. Today, we're all here to celebrate your achievement. You are now university graduates after years of hard work and concentration. You have wonderful prospects ahead of you as you prepare to use your education to provide leadership for our country and for the world. In the next few minutes, I'd like to mention a couple of things that I've found very useful in my career in scientific research and education, and hope you'll find them as value. You'll find that it's very easy to be caught up in the numbers or the technical details or the sheer effort of whatever you pursue as a career. However, it's very important to keep your perspective on the human impact of your work, whether it's for an expansion of man's understanding of our universe, as we've tried to do, or other contributions to society for which you use your skills in the future. You will also find that interactions with others and consideration for them is as essential for your success as the detailed application of your hard-earned knowledge. Let me mention a few simple things to bear in mind as you proceed with your career. First of all, you must have clear objectives motivating your work and ensure that you understand and enjoy the way that you are contributing to society. Second, be curious. Never stop learning or limit the scope of that learning. And third, as leaders of the future, you must bear in mind the importance of respect and consideration for all members of your team. Let's take these points one at a time. First, it's essential that you always understand clearly why you are pursuing your future career path. Your work should have clear objectives, and it also should be something that you enjoy personally. In my situation as the director of a major scientific project, I was often asked to provide a 30-second soundbite, as they often ask you for on TV, explaining our research. I suggest to you that you should be able to explain what you're doing clearly to your next-door neighbor, who's not a specialist in your area, in just a couple of short sound bites. At the same time, you'll provide yourself with an understanding of why you're doing it. Be ready to answer that reporter's question of why is it important and why are you so enthusiastic about doing it? Make sure you're having fun at all stages of your career, and if not, don't be afraid to adjust your direction to one that is fun and is personally fulfilling. Our team, including Professor Jameson, in the Sudbury Neutrino Observatory, or the SNOW project as it came to be known, had a clear objective that motivated us for more than 20 years. We wanted to detect fundamental particles called neutrinos that are produced in the sun and determine whether the original flavor neutrinos were changing to other flavors before reaching the Earth. This was found to be true, and it's a new physics result that requires changes to the standard model for elementary particles and implies that neutrinos have a non-zero mass. To do it, we had to produce the lowest radioactivity location ever built, 2 kilometers underground, in an ultra-clean laboratory, and build a detector the size of a 10-story building. Underground, in order to remove the cosmic rays that otherwise would make our detector glow like the northern lights. By maintaining our focus and motivation, we were able to accomplish this major physics results and also show that we know with great accuracy how nuclear fusion powers the sun. Confirming these basic physics processes in the sun gives us confidence that we will be able to harness this process for a new clean power source here on Earth. My colleagues and I are now pursuing experiments at the SNOW Lab underground laboratory that are now aimed at direct observation of the dark matter that we know makes up about 25% of our universe, but appears to be a totally new form of matter, beyond our current description of the universe at the microscopic level. This dark matter is an important factor in the evolution of the universe since the Big Bang, and it was described theoretically by this year's Nobel Prize winner, Professor Jim Peebles from Princeton, who was born in St. Boniface, Manitoba. A good friend of mine and a wonderful scientist and the nicest person you'll ever meet. Having clear and motivated objectives will help you to succeed and also help you to have fun in whatever you do. My second point is that you must always be curious and seek to learn new things. You've just breathed a sigh of relief because your, quotes, last examinations are just over. However, I assure you that a satisfying and successful life requires you to build constantly on the things you learned here at the University of Winnipeg. In my area, it's been essential because our view of how the universe is composed and how it evolves is fundamentally different than when I was an undergraduate 59 years ago. Neutrinos were barely known when I went to university, and now I'm pleased to say that the results from the Sudbury Neutrino Observatory are featured in Canadian high school textbooks. Extensive change will also be true in your field because progress has accelerated tremendously and continues to do so. A university is primarily a place where you learn how to learn. Now that you have that ability through the very personal education you obtained here at the University of Winnipeg, continue to be curious and learn new things, and your life and career will be enriched. 2 years ago, I served on the Federal Panel on Fundamental Science commissioned by the federal government to make recommendations on how to improve the funding system for all academic work from humanities, social sciences, medicine, and the natural sciences and engineering. I'm encouraged by the positive attitudes across Canada towards evidence-based decision-making, providing a supportive academic system to create that evidence for future decisions in all of these areas. I believe that Canada is headed in positive directions in university education and research, and that your generation will have a good climate in which to follow your career paths. So continue to be curious and develop new ideas. You'll have excellent opportunities to do that here in Canada. Thirdly, you'll be leaders of tomorrow, and you should think carefully about how to develop those leadership skills. The development of teamwork by showing respect for your whole team will be very important in your future occupation, no matter what it is. You may have the tendency to feel that you've now developed a status as a university graduate that sets you apart, so of course you'll immediately be a leader. That reminds me of the story of the university graduate arriving for his first job and asking the supervisor what he should do. The supervisor said, "Oh, you arrived just in time. That container over there just spilled. We have to clean that dangerous material up right away. Would you mind getting the broom and sweeping it back into the container?" And the student said, "But I'm a university graduate." The supervisor said, "Oh, in that case, let me show you. You take the broom, you sweep like this." We've created the lowest radioactivity laboratory in the world by going deep underground to avoid cosmic rays and then making the entire laboratory an ultra-clean facility, cleaner than a hospital operating room. If we didn't, we would have levels of radioactivity that would make our experiments impossible. Therefore, I can say, and I do on many occasions, that the people who clean the floors in our laboratory are as important as any other member of our team for the success of our experiments. I learned by leading a 200-member team of international scientists, staff, students, and a construction and operations team with a very different skill set, that diversity is very valuable. We're a country here in Canada that's open and welcoming and one that respects diversity. Reflect that in your life and also in your work, and you'll reap the benefits that come from the wide range of capabilities that diversity brings to your team. If you respect all members of your team, you'll generate the respect in return that enables you to lead. There's a fascinating poster in Hotel Dieu Hospital in Kingston that spells out the golden rule in essentially every religion, creed, and culture in the world. It's a universal philosophy that I think is the most important part of teamwork and leadership. Treat others in the way that you would like to be treated. It's a simple approach, but it works in all situations. You're now embarking on your next adventure, so have a clear knowledge of your objectives, be curious, and respect others. You'll do very well. Above all, keep a good sense of humor and have fun with what you're doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. McDonald, for sharing your wisdom, your philosophy, your approach, and a little bit of physics. So you've all had a physics class today, and I think that's a great way to start the day. So moving to our next award, I'm going to introduce Bonnie Talbot to award a fellowship to Phyllis Webster. A fellowship in United College is awarded to retirees of the University of Winnipeg, both faculty and staff, nominated by their peers for distinguished service to the university. I would now like to invite Chancellor Silver and Phyllis Webster forward to be presented by Bonnie Talbot.
I have the pleasure of honoring Phyllis Webster with Fellowship in United College. During her 21 years at the University of Winnipeg Collegiate, Phyllis Webster left a mark that will last a lifetime. Using her wealth of experience obtained while teaching outside of Canada, she has mentored and inspired generations of English and journalism students. But her impact was also felt outside the classroom. With the help of her students and colleagues, she introduced and facilitated the award-winning collegiate literary magazine, Mindscape, along with the Collegiate Debating Club and the Collegiate News magazine. Beyond teaching, she's been a dedicated member of her Fort Garry community. She was the founding member and first co-chair of the Parent Cooperative Preschool Friends Together, was a founding member of the Fort Garry Family Life Center, and sat on several school board committees. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Phyllis Webster the status of Fellowship in United College.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I declare you, Phyllis Webster, I grant you, Phyllis Webster, Fellowship in the United College with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Thank you, Phyllis. I know just how much this means to you and how special you are to the University of Winnipeg. When I arrived, the very first postcard I got was from Phyllis, reminding me that I needed to take care of the collegiate. So thank you for that. The status of Professor Emeritus is granted to past and present professors nominated by their peers, whose outstanding leadership has made a lasting impact at the university and whose academic pursuits have contributed significantly to the body of research in their field of study. This status grants lifelong access to professional benefits, even though the individual may have finished their tenure at an academic institution. Dr. Joseph Natty receives this status today. He will be presented by Dr. Lillian Rodriguez. Chancellor, Dr. Joseph Natty, and Dr. Lillian Rodriguez, would you please come forward?
Mr. Chancellor, I have the honor to present Dr. Joseph Nadi to be conferred as Professor Emeritus. Since his arrival in Winnipeg in 1990, Dr. Nadi has been an engaged academic who is a renowned scholar in French literature and an expert on French poetry. Prior to his time at U Winnipeg, Dr. Nadi led a successful career as lecturer in Dean of Arts at various universities in Nigeria. Dr. Nadi is a dedicated and thoughtful colleague. His work is modern and informed by solid research. He has valuable insights from feminism and post-colonial literary theory, including that of female African poets Mariama Ba and Mariama Ndoye. He has published several books which filled a gap in Baudelarian scholarship, and two others on the history of Black pioneers in Canada and in St. Boniface. Mr. Chancellor, I request that you confer upon Dr. Joseph Nadi the status of Professor Emeritus for his research, scholarly work, and engaged teaching in both the academic sphere and the wider community.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I declare you, Dr. Joseph Nadi, Professor Emeritus, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Thank you, Chancellor and Dr. Lillian Rodriguez, and congratulations to you, Dr. Nadi. To recognize their dedication, several prestigious awards are presented to faculty and staff on an annual basis at our spring and autumn convocations. Several of these awards were presented at a dinner reception yesterday evening. I would like to call upon Dr. James Curry, Provost and Vice President Academic, to come forward and to publicly acknowledge and congratulate the recipients. Dr. Curry.
Thank you, Dr. Trimby. 4 members of the University of Winnipeg community were recognized last night for their outstanding contributions over the past year. Award recipients, would you please stand as I call your name? Dr. Sharon Paul Ruprai and Dr. Chantal Fiola. I have the pleasure of presenting Drs. Chantal Fiola and Sharon Paul Ruprai, who are being honored with the Clarence Atchison Award for Excellence in Community Service. Dr. Fiola and Dr. Ruprai are scholars in urban and inner city studies and women and gender studies, respectively, who actively engage with marginalized communities. Drs. Fiola and Dr. Ruprai co-chaired a historic international event hosted by U Winnipeg in October 2017. Two-Spirit and queer and trans people of color, a call to conversation with LGBTQ and Allies Conference. Under their leadership, the C2C Conference was purposefully structured to feature leading national and international scholars who are 2S and QTPOC, 2 of the most marginalized groups in Canada, and LGBTQ and cisgender heterosexual allies. C2C concluded with Drs. Fiola and Ruprai leading delegates in a collaborative process to create calls to action, which were launched in March 2019 to address the marginalization of 2S and QTPOC people based on gender identity, racialization, and sexuality. The University of Winnipeg honors Chantal Fiola and Sharon Paul Ruprai with the Clarence Atchison Award for Excellence in Community Service in recognition of their transformative contribution to the current resurgence among local, national, and international Two-Spirit and QTPOC communities. Mr. Ian Burley. I have the pleasure of presenting Ian Burley, who is being honored with the Clifford J. Robson Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Despite the challenges that come with teaching a required first-year course to more than 200 students, Ian has a way of making long-lasting connections with his physics pupils. He's recognized for his openness to trying innovative ways of learning, along with his accessibility to students outside of class. Prior to teaching physics at U Winnipeg, Ian taught the introductory course for 17 years to students in northern Manitoba communities. His impact as an educator has come full circle, as one of his former students, Cam Karasani, is now a mathematics and physics teacher at U Winnipeg's Collegiate, and he's credited Ian for pushing him to pursue a career in physics education. For inspiring his students through innovative teaching methods and his own passion for physics, the University of Winnipeg is proud to present Ian Burley with the Clifford J. Robson Memorial Award for Teaching Excellence. Danielle Noasad. I have the pleasure to present Danielle Noasad with the Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. Danielle Noasad is described as a natural leader who actively encourages her peers to engage with environmental and sustainability issues. She's known for her dedication and passion as a researcher at the Churchill Northern Studies Centre in Manitoba and among her colleagues and professors at UWinnipeg. Her research experience has transformed her into an environmental ambassador for the protection of northern ecosystems threatened by human activities. Danielle is a dedicated community organizer, volunteering at Oakhammock Marsh, the 2018 Manitoba Envirothon Provincial High School Competition, and various other regional Envirothon competitions and training events. She has received numerous awards, including the prestigious Natural Science and Researching Council of Canada, NSERC, Undergraduate Student Research Award, which allowed her to continue her research in Churchill. The University of Winnipeg is proud to present Danielle Noasad with the 2019 Campus Sustainability Recognition Award. So please join me in one more round of applause for all of our award winners. Congratulations to you all, and thank you for your work and commitment to the university.
Thank you, Dr. Curry, and congratulations to all of our award winners. We have now come to the part of the program that our graduates and you who are here to share this special occasion with them have eagerly been anticipating. The Registrar, Mr. Colin Russell, will present the graduates, and our Chancellor, Mr. Robert Silver, confer the degrees. The parchments will be handed to the graduates by their respective deans and associate deans. Each graduate will be presented with a University of Winnipeg alumni pin by Ruth Dickinson, President of the Alumni Association Council. This is a rite of passage, an occasion for joy for our graduates and for the friends and family who have helped them on their way. So please feel free to express your admiration of our graduates or any particular graduate as they cross the platform. Mr. Russell and Chancellor Silver, please.
Would the graduands from the class of 2019 please rise as their degree is called and remain standing as the other degrees are announced. Master of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Arts joint with the University of Manitoba, Masters in Management, Masters in Development Practice, Master of Marriage and Family Therapy, Bachelor of Science Honors, Bachelor of Science 4-year, Bachelor of Science, Post-Baccalaureate Diploma in Education, Bachelor of Education, Bachelor of Arts Honors, Bachelor of Arts 4-year, Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year, Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts 4-year in Economics, Bachelor of Arts in Economics, Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Kinesiology, Bachelor of Arts in Kinesiology, Bachelor of Physical and Health Education. Mr. Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate, I request you to confer upon these candidates and upon those receiving their degrees in absentia the degree for which they have qualified.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of the University of Winnipeg, I admit those present and those receiving degrees in absentia to the degrees for which the prescribed studies have been completed, with all the rights and privileges thereto pertaining.
Please shift your cap tassels to the left. Congratulations, you are now graduates of the University of Winnipeg. Mr. Chancellor, I beg leave to present the graduates for congratulation. You can sit down. Receiving the Master of Science degree, Anthony Louis Leong. Hoang Hai Nguyen. Receiving the Master of Arts degree, Lauren Ashley Lambert. Haley Pauls. Jane Schulman. Claire Elizabeth Wright. Receiving the Joint Master of Arts with the University of Manitoba, Ashley Lorraine Hayward. Preeti Kaur. We have our first graduates this ceremony of the Master in Management program, Zelko Bodiroga. Maria Natrika Cole. Darren Lawrence Lodge. Jennifer Louise Moyer. Eric Bucci Okoli. Shelley Christine Platt. Tassir Abdin Sharif. Now the recipients of the Master in Development Practice degree, Silvina Maria Antunes. Elijah Oseyeboya. Chelsea Isabel Pareco. Cara Diane Passy. Erica Vass. Now the recipients of the Master of Marriage and Family Therapy degree, Daniel Wing Kin Chu. Natalie Ariane Hicks. Caitlin Marit Klein. Hui Mei Kwok. Barbara Edith Matheson. Bilkis Nahar. Carla Penner. Jennifer Barbara Porter. Shona Campbell. Sandra Foddy. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Science Honors degree, Daniel Thomas James Denton. Karanveer Dillon. Also receiving the Bachelor of Arts 3-year degree, Krishmar Victoria Cabrera Ferrer. Ian Andrew Kay. Milena Jlelar. Alexandra Marie Bohm. The graduates of the Bachelor of Science four-year degree, Marcus Johannes Bunge. Receiving the Bachelor of Science three-year degree, Jessica Dagg. Keaton Debeo Sanusi. Jaskert Sin Gruel. Ocean Louise Sandra Hingley Hurl. Daksh Raj Janji. Jesse Koswan. Yi Huswan Lin. Matthew John Lusick. Duyan Phuong Kei Nguyen. Linda Chioma Okeke Okole. Rahul Jigar Kumar Patel. Alexander Lloyd Podwarney. Julien Richard Poirier. Matthew Robert Allen Rucksack. Corey Vaughn Darrell Sanderson. Richard Kyle Saunders. Also receiving a Bachelor of Arts three-year degree, Samantha Kaur Sidhu. Con Tran. Georgina Ellen Watt. And now the recipients of the Post-Baccalaureate Diploma in Education, Olubukola Adeleke. Kristen Louise Asmundsen. Tarek Aziz. Megan Elizabeth Bedard. Jamie Ray Blythe. Mona Gaber Habib Boktor. Sherry Leanne Copsey. Cheryl Dora Mary Evoy. Paul Kenneth Figsby. Alison Renee Gagnon. Sukwant Kaur Gatahoda. Nicolette Alexandra Lynn Hare. Vienna Xanadu Hauser. Karen Eileen Jonassen. Karen Joan Jopka. Taranjeet Kaur. Kimberly Ann Lawrence Kellner. Brittany Megan Leost. Rupinder Kaur Malhi. Dana Lauren McMurray. Noha Samir Samuel Metri. Crystal Miller Corshane. Kelly Irene Milne. Olga Stephanie Mary Petruk. Lindsay Sarah Peel Glade. Natalie Elaine Q. Gurpreet Kaur Tiwana. David William Westhead. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Education degree, Shannon Lee Baer. Mahawa Jay-Z Bendu. Tracy Ann Benjo. Tracy Lynn Bunn. Audrey Karen Campbell. Samantha Ashley Jilks. Melanie Dawn Jones. Erica Curtin. Jolene May Peebles. Jill Charlene Price. Benjamin David Larry Stafford. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts honors degree, Sherier Assad. Hannah Lee Bartell. Brianna May Joan Belisle. Catherine Cow. Jana Alicia Elazar. Anna Louise Evans Boudreau, your valedictorian today. Jennifer Colleen Hammond. Dana Hickson. Sean Victor William Hutton. Joyce May Jugo. Alana Doran Paris Lewandowski. Carly Lilligren. Ritsa Diana Limliman. Brianne Nemes. Amanda Maria Ann Shimko. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts four-year degree, Oluwatobiloba Mary Ayeji. Sierra Marie Bednars. Victoria Helena Cludas. Quinn Abram Dirksen. John Bradley Galeda. Rachel Naomi Head. Janelle Ray Hume. Chiamaka Favor James Ahe. Jacob Martin Henry Lotz. Jordan Dion William McKay. Gabriela Marine. Sarah Middlestead. Maureen Christine Niceter. Noelle Madison Sager. Franziska Schimpf. Jisoo Shin. Jonah Reuben Simmons. Beatrice June Tuano. Bennett Edison Ulrich. No, I think he's not here. This is Conrad Vandenberg. You're Conrad Vandenberg. Okay. Conrad William Vandenberg. Ivana Yellowback. Paige Alexandra Zeller. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Arts 3-year degree, Kimberly Benedicto. Allison Darcy Basil. Fräulein John Glenn Boo. Megan Jessica Brown. Christine Roxanne Brule-Duick. Christine Buchanan. Lester Makachor Candelaria. Kayla Amy Eloise Carrière. Donna Earl Cowell. Danica Jeanette Marie Shabat. Chad Richard Chichlowski. Miranda Luna Ismendi. Taylor Maria Foster Francisco. Mitzi Grace Gonzola. Cheyenne Janine Gould. Amritpal Kaur Gurul. Michaela Louise Gussie. Christopher Guzzi. Suleiman Jallo. Nelson Preston James Jensen. Anna Maria Johnson. Melissa Dawn Kennedy. Rhonda Renee Klippenstein. Cassandra Danielle Kowalchuk. Rebecca Rayanne Larivière. Hannah Lahia Lindgren. Samantha Page McDonald. Denver Cole Mattias. Violet Isabel Mayhew. Lisa Meta McClory. Graciana Isabel Dimson Mendoza. Claire Bernardine Mercado. Haley Ariel Capitani Metzger. Lauren Ruth Milan. Luke Barry Miller. Shelby Renee Mutton. Maria Lana Erica Esquimales Namuco. Kendra Megan Neufeld. Hillary Nadine Olson. Nikki Martin Mingan Opeña. Shinor Palani. Corinne Ann Peterkin. Kyle Brian Abenshon Peters. Emma Stephanie Poiser. Haley Dawn Pratt. Rosemary Ann Ranville. Grace Battaglia Raquero. Orlando Nicholas Rivera. Mandeep Singh Sidhu. Janine Sarah Stepanenko. Mezgena Alam Tesfaye. Tia Ashley Cheddar. Charlotte Harrison Vandergraaf. Tatiana Vavrichuk. Robert Mackenzie Vincent. Alexis Marianne Wadden. Luke Mark Victor Young. And now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 4-year degree, Leila Apai. Iman Chumaru. Sarah Tia Bauer. Kristen May Bullen. Christy Arevalo Cahatol. Andrew Blair Collignan. Lindsay Monique Deshotel. Kyle Ryan Deering. Michael Alexandria Elliott. Matthew David Franklin. David Timothy Garton. Jeremy Colin Wyatt Hope. Mohammed Jamal. Tari Deborah Pady. Duong Hai Lee. Karina Olenek. Ezekiel Manuel Pelicta. Jinyi Peng. Alexandra da Cruz Sabiana. Sheena Sanders. Hilary Jessa Saria. John Francis Satsatin. Danielle Teslenko. Zhu Wei. Now the recipients of the Bachelor of Business Administration 3-year degree, Hasini Madhuishika Abisekera. Mirza Mohammad Atik Afnaf. Vijay Pal Singh Bamra. Alexander Manuel de Melo Pimentel Cabral. Jenna Grace Carroll. Patricia Dawn Daniels. Valeria Karnock. Melissa Gale McFarlane. Kyle Randy McHolm. Mariana Ostroverka. Danica Jade Penner. Ali Sajid. Harwinder Kaur Suppel. Daria Virginia. Nadine Munther Zeed. Receiving the Bachelor of Arts 4-year degree in Economics, Harold Allen Edwin Jackson. Receiving the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology, Nicole Lynn Antosh. Emily Elizabeth Harrison. Michael Ross Kananoya. Brianna Liam Malokny. Receiving the Bachelor of Kinesiology degree, Serena Happen. Receiving the Bachelor of Kinesiology as well, Daniel Michael Charles Kovnats. Receiving the Bachelor of Physical and Health Education, Stuart Charles Fleury. Lindsay Aaron Poyser. The graduating class of Fall 2019.
So thank you, Mr. Chancellor and Mr. Russell. I do want to share that the Chancellor and I have the best seats in the House. And we do that, I say that because we get to see our graduates as they're standing in line, as Mark Vachon tidies up their stoles, and as Colin checks their name. And they look they look quite nervous just before they get to the front. But then Colin says their name, their full name, and they never hear their full name when they're not in trouble. And today they're not in trouble. And then somebody claps, somebody hollers, somebody says, "That's my mom, that's my wife," whatever, and they crack a smile as they walk up. Sometimes they shake their heads. Sometimes they disown you. No, just kidding. But what I know for sure is they feel your love. And so Elder Dan Thomas, thanks for reminding us at the start of today that this really is about love and what our great students are going to do from here on in. So we're not done yet, but I know you're relaxed, so you can just mellow. And I'm now going to invite Ruth Dickinson, President of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, to present the Autumn 2019 Distinguished Alumni Award to Ross Lecco. Ruth and Ross Lecco, would you please come forward?
I have the pleasure to present Ross Lecco, who is receiving the Distinguished Alumni Award. Ross Lecco graduated from the University of Winnipeg in 1980 with a BA Honours degree, earning the gold medal in history and the silver medal in arts. He also holds a Bachelor of Laws from the University of Manitoba and a Master of Laws degree from York University. After practicing law in the Canadian private and public sectors, he joined the International Monetary Fund, the IMF, in Washington, D.C. in 1990. As Deputy General Counsel, he helped strengthen the legal framework through which the IMF monitors developments in the global economy, promotes sound economic policies, and provides emergency financial assistance to countries in crises. He also led the IMF's effort to help governments modernize their legal frameworks to ensure that banks are properly regulated and that national authorities can respond effectively to the potential failure of large financial institutions. His recent work has focused on regulatory frameworks for the application of new technologies, such as cryptocurrencies and blockchain, in the financial sector. In July 2019, he left the IMF to become Senior Advisor, FinTech, Strategy and Legal with the Bank for International Settlements, BIS, in Switzerland. Ross lectures around the world on international monetary and financial law and has written numerous publications on these topics. The University of Winnipeg Alumni Association is very proud to recognize Ross Lecco as the recipient of the highest honor, the Distinguished Alumni Award. Dear graduates, as you reflect upon your hard work that brought you to today's ceremony, I would like to congratulate each one of you on your accomplishments and welcome you to the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association. The University of Winnipeg is a community that recognizes every student's potential, promotes ingenuity, cultivates new leaders and leadership, and is innovative in research. Today, take a moment to be proud of your academic achievements, personal growth, and contributions at this institution you called home for the past few years. Your connection to the University of Winnipeg does not end today, but evolves into a lifelong extension of the friendships made, the knowledge gained, and the memories created. As you move forward, I wish you much success. Follow your dreams, inspire those around you, volunteer to make a difference, and never forget, the University of Winnipeg is your home, your alma mater. Stay connected. On behalf of the University of Winnipeg Alumni Association, congratulations to the class of 2019.
Thank you, Ruth, and congratulations, Ross. Ross shared with us last night that he's a third-generation graduate of the University of Winnipeg. I know for sure we have one other family that's in that situation. I know we probably have many more, but I'm going to note that Daniel Denton, his dad, Peter Denton, and your dad, Tom Denton, all have connections to U of W. So congratulations again to Ross. So we're not over because we need to hear first and foremost and most importantly from the valedictorian. So I would now like to invite Anna Evans Boudreau back to the platform, and as she makes her way here, I will tell you a little bit about her. She discovered her passion for sociology at the University of Winnipeg. She says she fell in love with the environment and the professors here at the University of Winnipeg. Some of those influential professors were Colin Goff, Abigail Klassen, and most notably, Kimberly Ducey. Where's Kimberly? Oh, proud there, she's filming this. Whom she calls like family. She believes law is one of the most effective vehicles to continue what she loves about sociology. So she has her sights set on law school with a specific focus on criminal law, human rights law, and law pertaining to Indigenous legal traditions and relations. Welcome, Anna.
Mr. Chancellor, Madam President, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we are on Treaty 1 territory and that the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, and Dene people, and on the homeland of the Métis Nation. When I was told I'd be speaking here today, I was sent examples of speeches given by previous valedictorians. As I read them, I began to feel uneasy, noticing common threads that ran throughout. These speeches illustrated a university experience that was clear-cut, unfailingly enthusiastic, and sprinkled with a few jokes about late-night studying fueled by caffeine. Ultimately, they portrayed a seemingly straight and narrow path to graduation. While this feels like the ideal university experience, and for some it's certainly a reality, it was not mine. Indeed, I think it would be safe to assume I'm among similar company of those graduating today with mixed feelings towards their time at university, who had anticipated a path more linear than they found themselves on. While being named valedictorian is a great honor and one of the greatest of my life thus far, being tasked with speaking on behalf of the great graduating class admittedly makes me anxious. Truthfully, I've been waiting for an email to tell me I've been chosen by accident, and really I shouldn't be graduating at all. Thank you for the laugh. You see, I started out my university career in a big school, a school where you were one and the same as your GPA. After enough time there, I was indoctrinated into a hierarchical, competitive, and narrow understanding of what academia and those a part of it should look like. I was convinced to never let your guard down in the classroom out of fear you will appear less intelligent than those around you. No matter how hard I tried, I felt I would never catch up to those with the highest GPAs, to the ones that talked the most in class, and to those with a long list of extracurricular clubs on their resume. I quickly fell into the masses of people with imposter syndrome, a pattern of consistently comparing myself to those around me, worrying I'd be exposed as a fraud. For those not familiar with imposter syndrome, it can be defined as a feeling of inadequacy that persists despite evident success. It is suffering from chronic self-doubt and a sense of intellectual fraudulence that overrides any feelings of success or external proof of competence. By my third year at the big school, deep in that mindset, I'd convinced myself I could never be like those around me, succeeding and thriving in this institution of education. Feeling alone and unsure about the future, I dropped out of school, defeated as I returned home to Winnipeg. My mental health had taken a toll, and I knew something had to change. Continuing my studies at the University of Winnipeg has been transformative, and where that change began. The professors here see you. I mean, they really see you. They see the potential you have and how big your life can be before you realize it. The smaller class sizes allow you to know your classmates, or maybe for the first time, you see that everyone else has the same worries as you and are also just figuring it out as they go along. This university's passion for accessibility and inclusivity can make you feel welcome in ways you previously always felt shut out from. The faculty and student body's aspirations for social change and allyship push you to realize your agency and the voice that existed all along. I have found the University of Winnipeg to be a place where you can learn and then unlearn the belief that knowledge looks one way and that there is one way to thrive. Despite this, and the ways I've healed from imposter syndrome at the University of Winnipeg, I still find it cropping up here and there, particularly today. So, while I hope you feel pride in this milestone of graduation, wearing the cap and gown that you have earned, I want to reflect on all the successes that have led to where you are now and who you will become. It is a list of success louder than any voice telling you that you do not belong. This success is evidenced in the first time you got the courage to talk to your professor, only to find out that they're actually on your side. Or the first time that you spoke in class, only to find out you knew exactly what you were talking about. Your list of success includes balancing a job or two while still handing in that paper you worked tirelessly on. It was failing an exam or maybe a course, but dusting yourself off and vowing to try again and to try harder. For my fellow colleagues struggling and thriving with their mental health, acknowledge your success and all the times you felt anxious or panic-stricken, but you still came to class, you still did the presentation when your voice and hands were shaking. Your list of success includes the time you signed up for that club, applied for that research assistantship, or even just worked up the courage to ask the person in your class if they want to go for coffee. Your success story may include having found those people who uplift you, enable, and empower you, that make you feel supported when you need it most. A thank you and a moment of gratitude for all those that have been a part of our successful narrative during our university experience. To our partners, friends, families, professors, and mentors, thank you for being our cheerleaders, mentors, and allies. We could not have done it without you. And if you are graduating today feeling as though you are without a cheerleader, mentor, or ally, I will be yours today. If you need a reminder, and if you have not heard it yet, I am proud of you. I am proud to be a part of the 2019 Fall Convocation at the University of Winnipeg. I leave you today with living examples of those that have felt the all too pervasive imposter syndrome, but have risen above and faced fear head on. John Steinbeck fought feelings of inadequacy and was quoted as saying, "I am not a writer. I've been fooling myself and other people." Yet was a Pulitzer Prize winner for his novel, The Grapes of Wrath, a classic in the American literary canon. Sheryl Sandberg, Chief Operating Officer at Facebook, an accomplished tech executive, wrote that every time she was called in class, she was sure she would embarrass herself. Every time that she took a test, she was sure it had gone badly. And when it didn't go badly, she convinced herself that she had fooled everyone. Natalie Portman, Academy Award winner and Harvard graduate, explained in a commencement speech to her past school that she still feels she wasn't smart enough to be in their company, and that every time she opened her mouth, she had to prove she wasn't just a dumb actress. Yet in the face of imposter syndrome, these people have felt the fear and then made the decision to run towards it. Lupita Nyong'o, Academy Award winner with a master's degree from Yale, says that in the face of insecurity, she reminds herself she got into acting not for the accolades, but for the joy of telling stories. It is sentiments like this that remind me I did not study sociology and don't aspire to be a lawyer for the accolades and acknowledgement, but for the chance to be an activist and to learn how to affect change. It is for this reason that today I wanted to follow the example of famed poet Maya Angelou. Angelou, who was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award, who won 5 Grammys, and who served on 2 presidential committees, still felt inadequate. She feared that with each book of hers published, she would be found out as a fraud. Angelou faced the fear, though, and met it with vulnerability and honesty, and that was her power. It is with the same courage I speak with you today, and trusted that my vulnerability and honesty do not diminish my ability or intelligence in your eyes. I leave with a few parting words to my fellow graduates. I hope you stay soft and vulnerable. It will be your power. Try to be the person you needed when you were younger. And finally, remember your version of success does not have to be the same as the person sitting beside you. Your list of successes will only continue to grow from today, and you're the one that gets to choose what that success looks like. Congratulations, we did it. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. And to Anna and the class of 2019, I want to say that we do see you. You are not an imposter, and you are all awesome. Graduates, on behalf of the faculty and staff who have supported your time at the University of Winnipeg, congratulations. We are very proud of your success. And I want to thank you for choosing to study here, for giving us the opportunity to help guide you through this important stage of your life. This morning, we've celebrated some exceptional staff, faculty, and alumni award winners. Their leadership and dedication have a huge impact on the university community and beyond. I'd like to extend congratulations to our honorary degree recipient, Dr. Arthur B. McDonald. His ability to create deep roots, inspire collaboration, and encourage scientists at all levels has led to some impressive technical innovation. He discovered that neutrinos, the tiniest particles in the universe, have mass, and for this he was awarded a Nobel Prize. And if you didn't really follow his physics lesson and you're still curious, Google his name, and this hour has 22 minutes. And there he makes a humorous comparison that helps us understand, by using 3 Timbits, what his Nobel Prize was all about. So he really was able to deliver his message in, I think, about a minute, because first you tried to do it in 5 minutes. They kept telling you to go simpler, simpler yet, but it's really quite a feat. His research has put Canada and the excellence of Canadian science in an international spotlight, but he will be the first to tell you the success didn't happen alone. I'd like to acknowledge his wife in the audience, who's also a McDonald by marriage and by birth. He had a lot of support from his extensive network of family, friends, and professional connections, and this network formed the deep roots that allowed him to grow. By surrounding himself with a diverse group of peers and mentors who helped inform his quest for knowledge, Dr. McDonald achieved international acclaim as an astrophysicist. At the same time, he made himself available to mentor others, giving the next generation of scientists the opportunity to take part in groundbreaking research. Dr. Blair Jameson worked with Dr. McDonald on the neutrino experiment as a postdoc, an experience that inspired his own career as a teacher and researcher here at the University of Winnipeg. We heard about responsibility to lead and how just getting a degree doesn't make you a leader. A good leader is a person who knows how to bring the right people together in the right place and time, equipping them with the tools and resources to shine. And when this happens and knowledge is shared across different study areas and cultures, great things happen. We live in a unique era where you can attend a small university like ours, a university that is small enough that each and every one of our graduates gets to walk across the stage, because I learned from Dr. McDonald that doesn't happen at every university. You still have the opportunity here to participate in global research. And with rapid access to technology, it's getting easier and easier to measure things remotely and instantly share data. This opens the door for new knowledge and discovery. So for example, here on our campus, undergraduate students studying lake water quality with Dr. Nora Casson are part of a network referred to as Lugnuts, where they're working with researchers from across the country. They share literature, get feedback on research design, troubleshoot data, while developing a professional network of peers and mentors. As you know, research requires resources. Fieldwork can be labor-intensive, so the more we share knowledge, the better equipped we will be. And it does allow a little university like ours to punch above our weight. So each of you have had different opportunities to build these connections here, making some lifelong friendships in the process, whether participating in international exchanges, taking part in work-integrated learning, cross-disciplinary research projects, or attending conferences. You've learned how to push past the status quo to explore questions that matter. You have learned how to think creatively, solve complex problems, collaborate, communicate with people from diverse backgrounds. And you know the value of hard work. These are the successful blocks of a good career. Sometimes it's the knowledge you acquire that is well outside your discipline that gives you insight to discover that no one else has thought of before. At UWinnipeg, we know how important it is to graduate with knowledge that reaches deep and wide. That's why science students have to take at least one humanities course, why all art students have to take at least one science course, and why every program includes an Indigenous course requirement. It's also why we bring so many diverse speakers to campus. I recently attended a lecture given by Dr. Diarmuid McCullough from the University of Oxford to a class in religion and culture. He gave a captivating 45-minute lecture on how the exchange of ideas among young scholars traveling from England to Switzerland and back in the 16th century had large-scale impacts on church and society. Our graduates make incredibly valuable contributions to our society. Danielle Noestad completed her degree last spring and was honored last night with a Campus Sustainability Award. She's just beginning her career, and she's already had a huge impact as an ambassador for the protection of northern ecosystems. And Ross Lechow, who graduated with a B in 1980, went on to study law and was honored today with our Distinguished Alumni Award. With 3 decades of experience working for the International Monetary Fund, Ross has played a leading role in governing the financial sector worldwide. Whether tapping your credit card to pay for a coffee or being able to safely bank online, we experience the impact of his work every day. This university has a reputation for graduating leaders. We're a close-knit community committed to outstanding academic scholarship, research excellence, and community engagement. Convocation is a time of celebration, a time to look back on your accomplishments with pride and to look ahead with anticipation for what is to come. It's an exciting time. It can also be a bit scary. If you imagine yourself heading into an unknown future alone, remember, you are not alone. Your professors, classmates, parents, family members, and friends have all played an important role in your education, supporting you, encouraging you, and inspiring you to push through those long hours of study. And your community will continue to be there, cheering for you as you go on to achieve great things and make an impact on the community in your own unique way. On behalf of all of us at the University of Winnipeg, congratulations. Please join me in a warm round of applause for all of our graduates. And as a show of thanks for those who have supported you so far, I'd like to invite you, the new graduates of the University of Winnipeg, to turn in whichever direction you prefer and join our community in showing your appreciation for this support. I would also like to thank Chief Marshal Mark Vachon and the faculty marshals, Chief Usher Lynn Jones, and those members of staff who have volunteered as ushers, sign language interpreters Jennifer Horvath and Rachel Rawl, Indigenous Elder Dan Thomas and Reverend Tanis Kalisnik, and members of the Winnipeg Police Pipe Band, and pianist Alana Haverluck. Thank you to the many other members of our staff who have helped to organize this event. And I'd like to make a special acknowledgement to Dr. John Bowman, who is on our platform today. He is a Chancellor Emeritus. He's just going to wave. I'm not going to make him stand just yet. He's a Chancellor Emeritus and an honorary doctorate recipient. He's been a key figure at the University of Winnipeg for more than 5 decades. He served as our University Chancellor for 12 years. Okay. It's okay. Yeah. I don't want to make him walk here, but if you did want to stand up and then have a quick, yeah. I want everybody to see him in his full height. So I could go on and tell you about his awards, his generosity, but what I really want to say is just how unbelievably committed he is to the success of students at the University of Winnipeg. I don't think he has ever missed a convocation since 1984. I don't know if there is another Canadian who has attended as many convocations as John. And I will tell you that every time he is just so blown away with our students, and he wouldn't miss it for all the world. He tells me this might be his last convocation with us. I'm not sure I believe him, but I'm going to say we really appreciate it, just in case this is his last, but I'm looking forward to him in the spring. So please, again, one more round of applause for John. And finally, our thanks to the graduates for making us so proud, and to all of you, our guests, for joining us on this marvelous occasion. We wish you all the best in the next part of your life adventure, and do hope that you keep in touch with the university. Following this ceremony, you are all invited to a reception in honor of our graduates in Riddell Hall, and you can meet your student there. We're going to have Colin, our registrar, sing the national anthem. Not only does he pronounce your names right, as though he's singing, he's also an incredible singer of the national anthem. I want you to remain in your places until the academic procession and the platform party have left, and then family and friends stay in the gym until all of the students have exited. So please rise now for an honor song by Elder Dan Thomas, followed by the national anthem.
This song is for all the graduates. It's to think about how far you have come, but also to know how far you have yet to go. And it says, I give you a great thanks for my life.
hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits, et ta valeur deux fois trempée protégera nos foyers, nos droits. Au Canada, we stand on